Okay, today we're going to have a tarot and talk. And this is going to be a heavier talk. I feel like this is for my ladies. Are you there? We're not going to leave the fellas out, but I am going to touch on topics that I would definitely not share with a masculine in real life in public. And I would never openly have these kind of conversations with any man I've ever been with, or I looked at in a romantic way, because we're going to get personal today. Not personal in regards to my personal business, as much as I do love to overshare, but we're going to talk about the heavier vibrations of life and the light and dark and the shadow of relationships. I mean, the scary closeted elements of relationships that kind of impede on our abilities to love other. Same-sex relationship, male or female, it doesn't matter. But this is me trying to break barriers for myself, and in the same step trying to help you break barriers for yourself. And then I hope that you take this transmission and you use the words within it to help another person today. If there's that one thing that we can do together today as females, even if you're a masculine, that feminine in you, because we're going to get emotional, we're going to get heartfelt, we're going to get empathic, we're going to get intuitive. I'm going to share some stuff with you about visions that I've had recently about relationships, exes. I'm going to pull on the information I've received from the Virgo, Capricorn, Leo and Scorpio readings I've done today, this morning, that have been incredibly heavy, which have guided me here in the first place. Because yesterday I done 6 love readings. They were incredibly high vibrational. They were incredibly inspiring. I also done the collective love readings that you'll see out on the channel that came out just not too long ago, within the same week. Just a range of different love inspired stories that came from all of you out there. But what's hit me really, really hard today, and I'm trying to hold it together through this transmission because I feel the weight of the collective, and I hate to project. I can just sit here and go, it's me, I'm struggling. And clearly that's evident, right? But I do think it is a collective energy, and I'm trying to work with all of you guys and transmute that. I'm learning about how all the elements of my career feed into each other, and a part of my career is coming on here and giving a window of time to you guys to tap into your energy and share what I'm receiving as a shaman, pass on intuitive information. And I am learning that when I do different signs and I tap into different energy collectives, that there are heavier energies, and they do sit with me if I don't transmute them. And the best way to transmute heavy energy that is a collective vibration that I'm receiving is to give it back to the collective. You gave me your energy, I gave you some insight. Now I take that pool of energy, that chi that we created together, and then we spread that collectively across the platform and share it as wide as we can, so we can heal our shadows, we can heal our heart chakra. Okay, so that's the plan today. So after this, find at least one person that you feel like would benefit from hearing this story, receiving these messages, and then do share the content with them as well. That will be highly beneficial. If you know loads of feminine or masculine, or anyone who's gone through these difficult situations in love, then yes, share it with as many as you can. And we're going to go in, right? So if you need a cup of tea, a coffee, a glass of wine, a cocktail, Prosecco, whatever it is, you go and get a beverage. I'm going to go and get a beverage. And then we're going to dig in with a really nice tarot and talk, okay? Okay, we're going to begin. I am now drinking whiskey on the rocks with a shot of stone ginger wine. Just so you get the context of the intensity of this reading today. I would normally never really go for this drink combo without a chaser. So we're going strong today. I'm also not a big drinker at all. 1 glass of wine and I'm tipsy. I'm not a big drinker. It doesn't take a lot. 1 shot for me and I'm like, woo! I'm high off life naturally. So any kind of beverage is going to take me somewhere very quickly as a shaman. But I feel like I need it today. I want everyone engaging with this. Firstly, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, tap your energy in. Let me know you're out there. Let me know you're receiving. Let me know you're staying for the long haul, okay? This isn't going to be an easy one. I have never made a choice on this platform so far to go straight into the shadow with you all today and deal with some deep-rooted trauma in love and relationships. I'm aware that in order for me to be an incredible reader on this platform, I need to remove any obstacles and burdens that show up in my readings, and this negative Nancy energy around love that I have in my heart is only going to block me from being a really empowering creator on the platform. And for the collective of you guys that also have gripes and hurts and negative views around love in relationships and finding the one, let's work through that today. There may be tears, there will be tears from me or you, because we're diving in and we're using some heavy decks, and we're going to relive some past experiences that need to be brought to the conscious today. Because if we bring these up to the conscious today, we can actually deal with them. So I'm going to let you know, if you listen to this content now and you're tapping in and you're staying and you're hitting that like and you're hitting that subscribe, there will be a period in between 5 to 7 days of this weaning off process, of me bringing this stuff to you consciously about what's going on deep rooted in your heart chakra in relation to love and past relationships. And that's going to rise up over the next few days into your conscious, and it's going to trigger some emotions in you. It's going to trigger some enlightenment, some spiritual awakening. It's going to require you to be brave. It's going to require you to be willing to go on a journey with the hermatologist to cure, I'll be bold enough to say cure and heal that part of the psyche that you continue to ignore when it comes to love and relationships. I have to do this for the collective that's struggling at this time, because I need to transmute the energy when I see it on the platform, okay? So cheers, let's raise a glass, right? To all the pain, all the trauma, all the bullshit, all the exes, all the hurt, all the parenting styles, all the things that we've observed through the role models, all the abuse, all the negative, low vibrational stuff that has stood in our way from allowing us to truly know love and receive love, be in love, consistently maintain that love in relationship, or overgive, undergive, people please, sabotage, put up with cheaters, put up with abusers, stay around in toxic relationships, be cheated on multiple times, be sexually abused, physically abused, violated, disgraced, mocked, ridiculed in loads of different ways, and then choose to stay around, choose to take it in as the norm, accept it. Today, in this now moment, we're raising a fucking glass. And we're saying, I see you trauma, I see you pain, I see you heartache, I see you struggle. I'm not going to fight with you, I'm not going to push you away, I'm not going to suppress you, I'm not going to act like you don't exist. Today, with the hermatologist and God by our side, we're gonna own you today. We're going to own all of you so we can move on. Because so much of the collective I'm dealing with, there's so much love around you. You're exuding love, you're giving off love in your heart, you've got all of this love to give, yet none of the capacity to truly receive. Now that's awful, because we're looking at a walkie-talkie that only works one way. So what's the benefit of that? Who are you talking to? Who are you reaching out to? Who are you going to pick up on? Is anybody out there? You know? So let's heal that today. So next time you pick up that metaphorical walkie-talkie, there can be someone else on the other end who receives you and hears you and loves you and desires to truly be there and be present and hear you and receive you, for finally you hear and receive yourself, you know? So that glass is still raised in my hands. I haven't taken a sip yet, so I'm cheersing my laptop to you today. And knocking back a strong one. Oh, if you are an alcoholic, then I do apologise that I'm over here advocating for a strong one today during this shadow work. Because, I mean, we never want to run to any kind of vice, but you know, each to our own, and we're all allowed to have our own vices. So if it's water, if it's air, breatharians out there, I love y'all. Yeah, let's breathe that good old piranha, baby. Oh, it's delicious. That's what I should be having, right? It is piranha season, to be honest. It is breatharian season. We should really be cycling through June and July and having full on breatharian. It is my ethno shaman philosophy, but we're going to turn up until we hit June before I ride the storm into living on air, you know? So let me shuffle first. I've got for any deck enthusiast out there, right? Just get comfortable, guys. Do what you're doing. Women, get your bras off, get your knickers off, get naked. Get comfortable, get your incense on, get your candles burning, set some binaural beats in the background on low, put your mood light candles on. We're just gonna chill, yeah? Men, whip out your mandingo. No one's looking. I promise I can't see it. Get comfortable, relax your skin, run a bath, get in the salt bath, whatever it is for you. Order a takeaway, make a luxurious meal, eat air, whatever it is for you. Let's do that. But quickly, for my tarot collectors out there, let me tell you what we're fucking with today, yeah? First of all, we've got the Guardian Angels tarot cards. Secondly, we've got Caroline Mrs. Archetype cards, really empowering deck there. And then we've got the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue, yeah? We've also got the Guardian Angels Tarot by Doreen Virtue as well. So 2 romance decks from Doreen Virtue, archetype decks from Caroline Miss. I would recommend that to anyone who wants to work on their unconscious, subconscious, light and dark energies, and you want to understand your archetypes. Couldn't be more profound in love to know what your archetypes are. So that's Carol Miss with a Y. And yeah, that's a fucking empowering deck. We're going to dig into that. So we're going hard today. Not only that, we've got Mystic Moon's Twin Flame messages. We've got Mystic Moon's Twin Flame Shadow. Oh, you'd never want to fuck with Mystic Moon's Twin Flame Shadow unless you are really prepared to dig into your psyche and understand what the fuck is going on. We've also got a very classical deck. Oh, what is this called? The Milo Manara. The erotic tarot of Milo Marana, right? Really deep shadow intrinsic visions I get from that deck, so we're going to go in there. We've also got some of my own personalized decks, the Hermatologist gender healing decks out. So we're going to look at gender stereotypes, yin and yang, masculine, feminine energy with that deck. And then I've also got the Hermatologist Love in the Light and Love in the Dark deck. And I've combined them both. The yin and yang that can be sold separately is now combined into one giant grey matter of a deck. Not only that, we've also got a Kama Sutra Lenormand deck here. That's also self-created. So let's get ready, yeah? I love you guys. I'm sending you so much healing vibration. Thank you for sticking around, yeah, and working on this, because once we get to the end of this and we really find peace and resolution in whatever comes up, we can really move on. We can really move past this. Straight away, I'm connecting with individuals that have gone through separation, abandonment issues, yeah, being left out in the cold. So now I'm talking to a collective of women left on red. He said he was going to call me back. He never did. He said he loved me. I haven't spoken to him or seen him since. We're also connecting with some immature women. Some immature women who are either overly emotional, have tantrums, scream, fight, become extremely abusive in relationships, maybe even violent. Maybe you've thrown like a vase or a glass at your partner before. I see even an ashtray. I see someone throwing something violent across the room at a partner, okay? Oh, then we got red flags. Talking to a whole collective of male and female who saw the red flags from the day one and ignored them anyway. Yeah? Ignoring red flags. Then I'm looking at a dreamy man. A man who maybe likes to vacay a lot, go on a lot of holidays. sit around in baths and waters and pools and jacuzzis dreaming quite a lot. This man will dream and get lost in the idea of the dream, and in that moment loses touch with reality, forgetting that life does exist in the now moment, and that although the dream is beautiful, it cannot manifest while you sit in the water. It can only manifest while you do an act, yeah? I've also got an educated man, likes to read a lot of books, might like to read books on philosophy and scholarly information, yeah? Scholar. Then I've got another man coming forward, masculine, strong, works out a lot. You could have body insecurities, body fears. You could be a gym head, go to the gym all the time. And then I'm talking to a gender fluid individual, yeah? So wherever or not you have a penis or vagina, you identify as non-binary, you're fluid. And then also I'm dealing with same-sex couples. I'm dealing with a daddy's girl. I'm dealing with a rich man. I'm dealing with a mystery man who would never identify that he comes over to this channel and watches this content. Stays really isolated and alone. Right, could have been a road man in the past, selling drugs, and into that kind of gang culture, and just stays away from any drama now and anyone now trying to live a better life. Well done you, yeah. And then also I see yin and yang. I see biracial couples. I see a black man, a white woman, black man, yeah. Chinese and a Chinese woman, a black man, yeah. Stereotypes as well that you've struggled with. You like I see a black guy that's always gone for white women, a white woman that's always gone for black men, and I'm mixed, so it's not a thing for me. But there's so much struggles that you guys face trying to have a relationship, and you think we're in 2024, right? And you think people that would actually genuinely like not be racist, and then you realize racism still exists. There's also a lot of issues as I speak about this black and Asian couple here that I'm seeing in the image, in my mind's eye. They're actually not on the image, I'm just seeing it in the mind's eye. So that's you, specific message for you and your partner, because there's a lot of stuff I've seen in the media recently on news about Blasian children, black and Asian children. And if you are black and Asian in Asia, certain parts of China, they are experience severe bullying at school. Severe bullying. And for me, I'm a bit nerdy, and probably this is not a cool thing to say, but this is just a tarot and talk. I think the Blasian culture is gorgeous. I think that Blasian children are gorgeous. Very like you can see that they're different and there's a different culture there. Like I love the idea of races mixing and creating seed, yeah, because there is more than black and white or just Asian, or like we can speak about the different ethnicities. So I say race and ethnicity, I know there's a difference, but when I'm going I just go. So different ethnicities mixing it's beautiful, because we're creating such nuances in this world and it should be nourished. But Blasian children, who are such an asset and such a minority in Asia, certain parts of Asia, it's like, why wouldn't we embrace them and understand them? And they're getting judged for their hair texture. It's racism all over again, you know, just in more of a diluted version, you know. I'm quarter caste, right? I mean, and that was what I was called back in the day. Like now I just say biracial because it's silly, but back in the day I was quarter caste, you know. You get half caste, which we can't say now. Quarter caste, I mean, no one really cares about us because we're just a quarter, so we're allowed to say that. But it's like, we should all be able to just accept everyone for who they are, regardless of their race. And it really does surprise me, because there are instances in my own personal life and community group where certain races that have come together, of like friends or family, they've been judged for it. And then when I've heard the argument and I've heard people being judged for being together, or what my family or friends' opinions have been of it, I'm absolutely disgusted. I'm thinking, is that what you really said or thought because of someone's skin colour? And you expect them to just go with someone of their same race because it makes you feel comfortable. it's such a, it really makes you realize who a person is and recognize who should and shouldn't be in your life, more or less, when you find out how people view other races and you being with another race. So the first conversation of today is we're talking about fuck yourself, go away, I am in love, this is my person, and I refuse to listen to you say I should be with a black man or a white woman or an Asian woman, someone from my same race. Fuck you. Fuck right off. And I'm not going to carry that burden. So today the first burden we drop is the racial issue. I don't give a fuck what my race is. This is my partner and this is who I love. And if you're ignorant enough to judge me and my partner based on the colour of our skin, then yuck, you're a disgrace to humanity. A disgrace. Yeah? Nail on the head. Issue 1. We're not having that shit. And then we move on, and the next card that comes out is non-binary. How interesting. It's the same ideology here, right? I can go all day on non-binary ideologies, but I'm bored of it. Because I've tried to educate so many people on what it means to be non-binary. I am female, but I believe in the non-binary. When I first came out and said, I'm non-binary, guys, because I'm just energy. I don't need the label of male or female. I don't need to go into the stereotypes. I don't need to be forced to wear a wig or have anything that's overly pink. I don't need to worry about whether or not I'm too masculine when I'm with the girls or too feminine when I'm with the guys. I shouldn't be stressing of whether or not my tits are out too much or pushed up too high for all the guys to stare at, or in certain situations and ecosystems I go into, I have to play it down. I have to lean on the masculine side of myself or the feminine side of myself a little bit more. I'm a powerful, independent boss bitch. As are you. We all are powerful. So why should I suppress that power based on society's standards of what it means to be a woman or a man? Yes, I can't do things that men can do. In certain degrees. But do I have a right to speak more confidently about sex and own my body type and talk about experiences where the lads are allowed to have a laugh about this and that? But if a female do it, she's a slag, she's a slapper, she's a fucking hoe, mate. I love to say, suck my dick, bitch. And that's not really okay or the feminine thing to do. But a guy can go suck my dick all the time, and it's a casual thing if you come from my neck of the woods. So for me, why I believe in the non-binary and why it was such an important thing for me to cement in my reality now is I'm saying I don't give a fuck what your stereotypes are or what you believe a woman can do, what you believe only men can do. I'm gonna do what the fuck I can do. Yeah? And me taking on that ideology, me taking on that prospectus has led me in a beautiful way in my life. I'm a boss bitch for real. Like, no joke, no fucking cap over here. Yeah? I love who I am. I love what I do. Creating an epic fucking business. I speak with pride. I speak with conviction. I ain't got no bullshit around me. I don't lie. I don't make shit up. Every word that came out of my mouth, bumberclot truth. Yeah? I'm a real one if you ever fucking needed to know one. Yeah? And that's only come from me screaming non-binary. That's why I will always believe in the non-binary. And when I first came out, everyone was like, oh, does that mean you're trans? Does that mean you're transitioning? Family members were freaked out thinking that a few months from now I'm going to suddenly be a man. Ignorance, stupidity. Because I told them, I'm in the middle of research. I'm a spiritualist. I'm just energy. I'm studying. But the ignorance of people around you who don't want to fucking learn and educate themselves, they just want to fucking judge you. Once again, like racism, just out here judging people without listening. Suddenly, as soon as I said I was non-binary, nobody knew me anymore. Don't know her, don't know who she is, judgments, ridicule, all this disgusting shit that I don't want to relive. I've spoken a bit about it so much over here. So I even get cringed out at bringing it up again because I don't want to relive it. But today we're reliving everything that's ever stood in our way from having a healthy, loving relationship. Because the more that we suppress it and we don't speak about it and we don't own what we've been through, is the more that it impedes and ripples out into our relationship in unhealthy ways. So when you're having an argument for the biracial couples over here, if you're having arguments in your relationship and it comes to culture and differences, or you're going to an event and you don't bring your partner with you because you know that the same people you're going to the event with have made comments about racism and you just don't even want to mix with it, that's going to impact your relationship because wifey knows that. Or hubby knows that. Oh, you can't come round to my house because my mum, it's just easier for you not to be there because I know what my mum really thinks, or I know what my dad's really said, or I know my sister or brother really, the remarks they've made in the past. You guys have to understand that if you're going to be a unit and you're going to do this, pull away from the bullshit. Something I really, really struggled with in regards to race is I'm biracial, right? So my mum is black, Jamaican. My dad is mixed race. He never knew his dad. And the black side of his family, he only knew the white side. So my dad's grown up inherently only understanding white culture until he's met my mum when he's like 16, 17. Yeah? We still don't know his dad to this day. So that black part of me, I still don't know. My dad also has a little bit of an Asian look. So I think whoever his dad was like a black and Asian man. So I'm still trying to get the DNA on this shit. Ancestry.com is needed, right? But either way, all of his family, all of my family on my dad's side are white. So when I'm chilling with my yardie friends and my Jamaican crew and everyone I know and they're slagging white people down to the ground, white people don't season their food, white people are tramps, white people are scum, all of this negative racist talk that I should be okay with because my skin's dark. Don't no one know I've got white in me. It still hurts me though. Because the moment that you say anything negative about a white person, I go, wait, that's my nan you're talking about. My nan knows her. This is how I've been since I was young as day. And I remember it and I live it so truly. When anyone says, and I've dated guys, so this is where we first pin it, when you realise there's red flags in a relationship. And why I walked away from so many relationships. Because when I date guys and they start slagging off white people because they think, ooh, we're black kings and queens, so we've got to disgrace other races and we've got to disgrace white people, because if we disgrace white people, then we're really powerful and we're really pro-black, because what black people should do is denounce white people and make them feel guilty for all the cotton picking we went through. Motherfucker, I'm 34. I didn't pick cotton, you know. I ain't ever picked cotton in my life, you know. Just saying. Yeah, I understand the ancestry. Yeah, my ancestors picked cotton, but since I've been born in this lifetime, I ain't even picked cotton like that. I ain't even experienced severe racism. Actually, truth of the fucking matter is, this is a tough pill to swallow for my black people on the call, but I've experienced more racism from my black people than I have white people. Ow! Oh, how unfortunate. Collectively, from what I've seen in the media and the news and what's portrayed, yeah, black people are getting it, especially in relation to police and pay, salary. Institutionally, racism is rife and black people are struggling, but personally, as a female, a black female, in front of my face, there could be sugarcoating. We love the sugarcoating and passive energy that the British kingdom and monarchy provide. But the truth of the matter is, the blatant, disrespectful, abusive racism towards another race has been me witnessing black people slagging off white people from as young as I can remember. And me always sitting there really torn, because I'm like, in the same breath that you're disgracing every single white person and tarnishing them with the same brush. My uncle's white. My nan's white. My granddad on that side that I call my granddad, who was my nan's husband, he's white. Cousins are white. For loads of family over there, they're all white. and you're saying all this horrible stuff about them, and I'm just going to have to sit here and take it with a pinch of salt, aren't I? I'm great. And I remember that from really young, adolescence, from 9 years old, earliest probably memory of all of that stuff coming from family and friends as well. And the network and the community is just the thing that we do from in those ends, in that area, in that era. So how do we break all of that? Firstly, we speak about it. We own the reality of our experiences. We know that we're not trapped by the tongue. We say, no, that's not okay. You know, like fighting racism with more racism is never the answer. Yeah? So let's keep going, because today's not just about racism, but I'm glad we're tapping in. Okay. Oh, like I feel like if anyone's watching and you're holding hands at this time, like this is a bit cheesy. Like I don't know who I think I am. Like some therapy session for real. Like if you and your partner are together at this time and you're biracial and you're sitting down on the sofa watching me on telly and holding hands, then fucking hell, bless you. Yeah, because I'm doing this for you guys, and I want you to know that you are loved and that the colour of your skin makes no difference. And there's not enough people in this world that will say that and make you feel secure in your love. And what melts my heart and breaks it even more is the fact that both of you could probably look at each other in this now moment and have a little kiss and have a really sacred moment with each other and realise that you are both a bit insecure about the fact that you have different races and that your family separately have judgments about that race. And you've had to probably keep those secrets, not fully tell them what your family and social network have said about them, because you didn't want to create a divide or make things awkward with those family members because you wanted them all to get along. But the truth is, both of you have been prejudged based on your race. And that's impacted your relationship from the start of time, since you first started dating and you first fell in love. Maybe that's made you stray, maybe that's made you break up, maybe that's made you have a lot of arguments. So today, for that couple tapping in, if that's you, if this is one part of the couple as well, then send this over to your partner. Remember I told you you're going to share this with that one person that you feel like will benefit. Then today, make a promise to yourself to not let other people's ignorance block your love. Today, all of those negative memories, all of those negative experiences, all of those negative words, put them on the table. You haven't got to say the specifics if you don't want to. Ask your partner if they do or don't want to know. But say, hey, the truth is, my mum, my brother, my dad, my sister, my uncle, my auntie, my best friend, Larry down at the gym, John from round the corner, Sarah Jane, Lisa, Becca, Keandre, Jordan, Jonathan, Darnell, they've all said stuff in a really rude racial way about you. So moving forward, I want you to know that. And I'm going to make the decision now to make sure I don't engage with them in a specific ways because I don't want to undermine you. And sometimes I don't go around those social groups, or I don't bring you around those social groups, or I act weird with you when I come home or before I go. And that's not because that's not because I'm cheating, that's not because of anything else other than the fact that I'm carrying that residual energy, that negative residual energy from that group who denounce you based on your race. And up until this point, until the hermatologist has brought it to the table to this degree, I didn't even realise how much I was disrespecting you and dishonouring our love and letting our family down. Some of you got kids. Fucking hell, get your shit together. You got kids, you got biracial kids you're bringing into this world. Get your shit together. Main thing that stresses me out, fuck you lot, you're adults. Listen or don't listen, I'll get Ricky Gervais on you lot. I don't give a fuck. But you got kids. You owe it to your kids to teach them how important it is to not be racist, to not judge another on their skin colour. It's also important for you to raise your kids that they are biracial, black and white, Asian, whatever it is. Teach them the understanding of their ethnicity. Teach them the history of slavery. Teach them everything they need to know. You don't need to tell them the negative stuff and the prejudice stuff. Never tell them the dumb shit that I got told was like, if you're black, you're really going to struggle. Black people have it harder. Don't teach your kids that. Because that's self-fulfilling prophecy. Go and read Hermatology report number 1 and number 2. We talk about self-fulfilling prophecy. You don't need to fill your child's brain with the idea that because their skin color is this, they're not going to achieve. Because then they're going to grow up believing because their skin color is this, they're not going to achieve. You want to remove those barriers, remove those stigmas, so they're free to learn and flourish uniquely based off their own established identity. Where you tell your child, doesn't matter what anyone says about you, doesn't matter if you're male, female, non-binary, trans, fucking alien. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, Indian, yellow, polka dot grey. You can do anything in this world. You can be anyone you want to be in this world. That's what you got to do, right? So let's keep going now. Interesting intro. Where are we going next? Oh, we're going to dive into the love and light. Love in the light, love in the dark, hermatologist deck, yeah? We're going to look at the dynamics of some relationships now. Whoever stuck around for that, we're going to dig in. Don't worry, we've got more stories for all of you. I've just dealt with a couple, a biracial couple dealing with racism. Well done, guys, for pushing through that barrier, right? Make sure you keep that promise to each other. Guys, what I would suggest after this is finished, or remember I told you got 5 to 7 days for this energy to be transmuted out. I want you guys to make a little pact and a promise and write it down in a diary, a journal, sign it. Stick it in a secret cupboard, put it in a secret special place where it's just your stuff, and make a vow to each other to never let something like that block your love again, yeah? Because that nearly ruined your relationship, and it was ignorance from other people. Imagine your relationship nearly crumbled to the ground and you guys started acting out in different ways because of all of these people, yeah? Saying really ignorant stuff. Okay, first card's coming out here is we've got one shadow and we've got one light. Okay, that's nice. We've got a nice yin and yang energy going on. But then we've got some heavier vibrations coming out underneath that. Okay, hold on. Okay, first things first, what I'm looking at here is feeling lost, right? Lost in your mind, lost in your thoughts, lost on your independent journey. So even if you're in a relationship and you're together, you get these feelings of cycling through the same thoughts and feelings again. What you'll realize is what we go through in the psyche, in the mind space, unconsciously or consciously, we have the same reoccurring thoughts. I need more money, I'm not good enough, I need a bigger this, I need a bigger that, I need to lose weight, I'm ugly, I'm not attractive. Some days you can feel beautiful, some days you can feel ugly, some days you can feel comfortable in your skin, some days you can feel like a good parent, some days you can feel like a bad parent. These feelings that fluctuate all the time, they're natural, yeah? What we never get taught or told, which is the real issue with education and the education system today, is we don't get taught that it is natural and normal to have an inner critic, a negative voice, the negative Nancy within all of us. There's so much stuff that we all battle with. I will quickly tap into all the guys on the call, okay? Suicide amongst men is incredibly high, higher than suicide in women. The reason for this is the stigmas and stereotypes around masculine and man, and how a man should be big and burly and bold and not cry and hold himself together all the time. What bollocks? Exactly why I believe in the non-binary, again, prime example. Because of this ideology and the stereotype that surrounds men, men are more likely to commit suicide. Men are more likely to experience domestic violence that never gets reported, along with rape and other forms of abuse that will never be reported, for they are a man. And loads of people will be like, imagine a man goes to his guy friend, oh, you're not going to believe what happened to me last night, I got raped. I went on a date and I got raped. Depending on what community or culture and how ignorant or intelligent that friend is, there's a high percentage that friend is not going to even be able to comprehend that his masculine friend was raped by a feminine, was raped by a female, raped by a woman. Wouldn't believe it. Would laugh it off, mock it. And that's the world we live in. If the shoe was on the other foot and it was a female who went to another friend and said, oh my God, I just got raped last night by a guy, straight away, they're getting their coat and shoes on, they're heading to the police station. Do you see what I mean? And then you wonder why I believe in the non-binary. You wonder why the non-binary ideology is so important in 2023 when men are struggling to this degree. It's disgusting. So if you're a man out there and you've been through some heinous, awful stuff that you don't speak about, it's okay. I hear you and I receive you today. And we're going to bring all of that shit up and out. Because what I'm telling you now is there's nothing more attractive than a man who knows how to embrace his feminine energy. And a man who doesn't live up to the stereotypes of what it means to be masculine. And when you're out and about around town, yeah, you be that sexy masculine. You amp up your muscles and you wear the trousers, darling, please. But when we come home at the end of the day, and when you come home to your missus and your wife, or your husband, same sexes do exist here, you remove that mask and you let your guard down and you cry and you pour your heart out and you be emotional and you pamper yourself. You get a face mask, you have a salt bath, you get a pedicure, yeah, you sip wine in a really gorgeous feminine supposed glass and eat Ferrero Rochers and buy yourself some roses, whatever it takes, guys. Do not fucking fall victim to the matrix and to societal standards that tell you have to conform to a masculine narrative that has only ever been designed to help you carry the heavy load to be a labourer, a construction worker, and to be the breadwinner of the family, because it's 2023. And that ideology isn't going to save you, and it's not going to set you free. Yeah? So when I look at this energy that's here as well, I'm looking at puppet master energy. Yeah? Because I'm looking at masculine energy, men that are used to manipulating the feminine. Where even if this is same sex and we're talking about a gay couple here, then let me just give you clarity, because we like to remove the gender label and just fuck with energy here. So either way, I'm talking about a masculine energy, yeah, a controlling, dominant breadwinner energy who refuses to be more soft and subtle and loving because you want to wear the trousers, that really blocks you from having a more free and adventurous relationship. Because you could let your guard down in relation. If you're single and your relationships haven't worked, you could let your guard down. And you could let the feminine in you show a little bit. Yeah? I even feel guilty for saying that to some of you guys, because some of you are like proper masculine and burly and you're like, yeah, all right. But I mean, you're allowed to cry. You're allowed to say, I feel really low. I'm not happy. I don't know why. Like, you're allowed to be subtler and softer, and you put up your own barriers and blockages when you try and control a woman. I've been in so many relationships, right, where, God, you've listened to me for 43 minutes, so you should know I'm a loud arse, dominant arse bitch who says whatever she wants when she wants to, and she gives zero fucks about what anyone else thinks or how they receive it, because it's my truth. Do you get what I mean? So you either do or don't like my truth, right? And if you don't, then I'd rather you say, I don't like what you said. Like, I like debates. I like to go back and forth in conversation. I'm never going to dismiss your ideology. I'd rather you challenge my ideology so we can come to a middle ground and find a common narrative where we both can exist and be happy and share and receive love in the now moment. But more importantly, or what more frequently, I don't get that. I get a masculine who's intimidated. I get a masculine who's uncomfortable. I get a masculine who doesn't know how to receive me or respond to me because I'm too vocal. I'm too opinionated. I'm too loud, domineering, bossy, obnoxious. I think I'm superior. I'm fucking awesome. I'm so sorry, darling. But if you are uncomfortable because I think I'm fucking incredible, then that's a you problem. Because you should want anyone who's fucking with you and who you're fucking to feel incredible. Why wouldn't you want them to feel incredible? Anyone I date, the main thing I want to go with is the fact that they feel their fucking bee's knees. They love who they are. They love what they're doing. They believe in themselves. They're passionate. They're driven. Regardless of what anyone else says, they've got a belief system, an ideology, a desire, and they're sticking by it and they're going for it. You haven't got to have money. You haven't got to have riches. You haven't got to be the sexiest fucking Tyrese or Tyson Beckford. Fucking Channing Tatum. You haven't got to be this sexy idea of this super hunky masculine. You just got to love yourself. That's all I ask. So when me loving myself is too much for a masculine, red flag. Oh shit. Because me loving me means that I have self-worth, self-esteem, standards. That means your standardized narratives and ways of manipulating feminine isn't going to work with me. Because I believe in the non-binary. And I'm not bound to ideologies or stereotypes. Let's not get confused. I'm not trying to piss standing up. I'm not a dickhead. But I know that I can use fucking Burley shower gel. I can use men's deodorant if it's in the fucking bathroom and it's there. I can use it. Whatever. Deodorant. Oh, where's mine? Can't find it. Use yours. It doesn't matter. Do you get what I mean? I can make a sexual joke and sexual innuendos, which I love to do. I'm so inappropriate when it comes to jokes. I've got bare sex jokes always at the top of my head. Bare dick jokes. Bare vagina jokes. Bare your mum jokes as well. Bare comebacks. If you know, you know. If you come from London, UK, and you come from the ends and you've grew up with a lot of brothers and male, like, family members, like, you're going to pick up some of these traits, and you shouldn't have to suppress it and force yourself to be super feminine. I've got jokes for days. But for a female to do that stuff, it comes across quite contradictory and undermines the man. And men don't like to be spoken down to. Men don't like to be challenged. Men have not all men, may I add, but the man upholding the standard and stereotype of man who needs to be listened to and heard, and you must obey me. Like, you can wear the trousers, but that doesn't mean I have to obey you, especially when I don't agree with what you're saying. And I can't obey you if you don't know me and value me and love me for all of me. I'm not going to obey you while you cheat on me. I'm not going to obey you while you knock my self-confidence and self-esteem down. I'm not going to obey you when you're late on our date. I'm not going to obey you when you make promises and commitments that you don't keep. I would love to obey you. I would love to worship you. I would love to give you all of my heart, my time, my effort, my dedication. I would love to give you all of me consistently. I would love to obey you, darling. I would. But unfortunately, computer says no. That's my new favourite thing, guys. If you know, you know. Computer says no. Right? This is AI, right? Fucking hell. Hermatologist is now fucking a computer running in my brain. So, seriously, the computer says, no, I can't obey you. For you do not obey yourself. If you obey me, you honour me and you cherish me, then I shall always do the same by you, and I will always do right by you. For our energy is aligned. But I can't obey you if you're going to wrong me. I can't obey you if you're going to hurt me. Where do we go from there, you know? So let's keep going on that story today. I'm now going to dig in with the Kama Sutra deck that I have here. And I'm going to see what wants to come out. I've never used this deck in this context as well. So let's have a look and see where we're going to go in this story. I do have a Kama Sutra conversation out. It's not a reading. It's just a conversation about relationships and intimacy. So feel free to go and check out Hermatology Me, linked at the top of this page, featured channel. And there's loads of content out on there about Kama Sutra and body parts. I've got a whole series on vagina. The booty conversation is dropping on Friday. And also the penis and the vagina and the boobies are out. Yeah, we speak about them. Okay. Let me tell you what I'm looking at here. Hold on. Let me get some messages with this because this looks interesting, okay? I feel like we're going to have a little channeled message, okay? So for any masculine or feminine out there, needing some healing, some sexual healing, not in a actual sexual way, but through really bringing some unconscious stuff to the surface, then we're going to do that, okay? This isn't going to be dirty or seedy in any way. I've managed to master my craft now, thank fuck for that. The awkward phase we went through. Trying to do right by the collective without being an absolute whore on the platform while still calling yourself a demi-ho is a very complex model. But hey, we are building a massive fucking meta porn industry, but I mean, I'll save that for another day. Go and follow her tech for the latest drop of that stuff coming in 2024, right? Okay, right. So there's a few messages that I'm going to channel, and then I'm going to see how these Kama Sutra cards are linking. Okay, so just bear with me. First message is, no other compares to you. So what I get with this straight away is I'm connecting with masculines that have a female in mind that no one has ever compared to. You have this memory, this love, this reminder in your heart of the best sex you ever had, the best woman that you've ever had, the best relationship you've ever had, yeah? Male or female as well. This is the best you've ever had, yeah? We're now talking about memory lane of the best love you've ever had, the best sex you've ever had, yeah? This person didn't really know how they felt about you, yeah? They felt like you lifted them up, yeah? But it was really gassed up and frequent. They felt like it was more love bombing than genuine. So although you were honest, yeah, this is a real story that's coming through. It's making me a little bit emotional as well because I feel the weight of the conversation coming in, okay? So stay with me, guys. But you've told this person no one compares to you. I love you. I love this about you. I love that about you. I mean, the way that they stroked you, I would see a lot of stroking of the face. If you've got a beard, a lot of stroking on the beard. Maybe caressing around the eyebrows, yeah? A real awareness of like pressure points, yeah? This person would touch you in all the right places and all the right points. They would take you back to this comfort, yeah? I want to say inner child, but then I don't want to make it awkward because children and sex and intimacy isn't aligned. But you know when you've got like, and I don't want to say mummy's boy, daddy's girl kind of energy, but when sometimes in relationships you get like a wife or a girlfriend or a lover who has this motherly air about them, yeah? So the way that they cuddle you in bed and cradle you, it would have this motherly, warm nature, especially if you didn't have a close, healthy relationship with your mother, right? This person would nurture you in a loving, motherly way, basically, is my point there, yeah? So this love, this romance, it was healing for your inner child because you, for once in your life, you felt safe and secure in their arms, in their presence, when they were touching you in this really, really intimate, loving way, yeah? The thing is, they've heard it all before is what I get. Maybe they've said that to you. I've heard it all before. So I feel like either you or them, yeah, this could be either or this scenario, the words fell short because they have heard it all before and they felt like the actions didn't match up. How could you still love me after all I've done is what's coming through. So this person could have cheated, this person could have had an affair, this person could have turned their back on you, ghosted you, let you down all the time. Yeah, you or them. When I tell you these narratives, flip it in reverse. You could have been the one that's done this as well. You could be the one that's saying this as well, yeah? How could you still love me after all that I've done, all the mistakes that I've made, all of these issues? I miss you regardless of how it seems. Someone's gone through a really, really hard, rocky time in their life financially. Family, friends, career, money, all impacted. Turned their back on a love and a relationship that they didn't believe was real or true, to focus on money and riches and abundance and the material world, which in the end ended up not even working out and them being worse off for it. Because either you or them, or either way, there was a connection that was destined to bloom and grow and teach you both life lessons that now I'm transmitting to you. But someone chose the material world over this love, because they spoke about this love, but they didn't act on it. They believed in this love, they dreamed of this love, they envisioned this love, they manifested this love, but they never acted on it in the 3D, and as a result, it never manifested, it never bloomed. Because the last card is, your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. This is like the Virgo reading that I put out earlier that guided me over here as well, along with the Capricorn, the Leo and the Scorpio read, because the energy that came through so strong in the Virgo read, and I'm a Virgo, so I resonated. That was a hard read for me to deliver, so I thought I'd best transmute the energy for all of us. It's the intensity that this frightens me, but it allures me at the same time. I'm so invested and turned on and aroused, and the passion's there. I feel this intently down to my core. Every single one of my chakras is triggered and inspired and motivated and set alive in the moments that we come together. But in that same breath, while all of those chakras light up, they also go dark, for yin and yang is a thing, right? So as the chakras go 50% white, 50% light, as they should, but they're going from 0 to 50% instantly, guess what's going to happen to the other 50%? It's going to go dark. For yin and yang does exist, light and dark do exist. The moon and the sun cannot stay awake at the same time. Polarity is a thing. Yes, but like bipolar energy comes in here as well. Like certain times in relationships, and I can attest to this, right? Like in the relationship, I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared and I'm running away. I just told you that I love you and I care and I'm there, but then the next day I'm running away. Like my ex could have been, or the guy that I was dating at the time could have thought I was bipolar. Like not with any of my exes, but a guy that I was just kind of dating. It's because I was so, like, sometimes you're so scared that you do a little 180 flip. Because how can I go from 50% of, oh my God, I'm so into this, and then suddenly you're bouncing back in shock because you weren't expecting to feel so much love immediately. You weren't expecting to feel the fulfillment so intently. So when you feel something so intently and you get swept up in a whirlwind of love and lust as well, because love is not far from lust. Let's be honest, that's why it's one of the 7 deadly sins. You're wrapped up in it and then you're like, oh my God, I need to pull away. I lost myself in this relationship. I lost myself in this moment. I'm so wrapped up in the thought of you, the dream of you, the vision of you, the sex we just had, the feeling that feels so amazing. And then when I'm not with you, I want to reach out. I want to see you again. Yeah. And then it's the idea of, you don't want to be a bunny boiler. You don't want to be too needy. You want to play it cool. You got to wait for the guy to message you back. Or you got to do this or that online to just play it cool. Or do you get what I mean? Like there's all of these unwritten rules about how to behave when you're dating. And it just becomes burdensome. Because the truth of the matter is, you're just feeling each other and the connection's there and you want to just be. But the fear vibration is so high, which is natural. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we're going to dig into another deck. Let me have a sip of my very strong beverage. Please do hit the like if you haven't already. I hope this is finding you really well today, guys, yeah? I hope it's offering you healing, enlightenment, reassurance on your journey. And I hope that at the end of this, you find some kind of peace in your heart and have some, like, healing and a solitude, a moment of solitude to just really reflect on why your relationships have been the way they are. And the main thing coming out is that fear-based vibration, isn't it? It's scary. Why take a risk and open your heart and let your guard down and fall in love? Why? It's one thing to do it when you haven't really been hurt, but it's another thing entirely to do it when you've already been wounded. Your heart's been broken. You've already gone through the trauma of healing your heart. Maybe once, twice, 3 times over, maybe more. You've experienced abuse, you've been cheated on, you've been hurt, you've been riddled with lies and deceit. You've only seen negative, unhealthy relationships in your family or ecosystem. So what on earth does it really mean to be in love? Furthermore, what is love? We all love screaming, love and light, love and light. In many of my readings, I'm constantly screaming, love you, which I do. But in that same breath, once again, that yin and yang polarity, what is love? What is it? Hit me in the comments. Help me out. What is love, guys? What is it? What is your definition of love? Hopefully by the end of this transmission, I'll find mine, you know? Okay, now I'm connecting with a female story. So men, do stick around and listen to this because it would be really important for you to understand the feminine's journey when it comes to sex and body count and who they open their legs to and who they don't, because I don't think men really get it. And I think so easy it can be for men to judge women based on how many men they've slept with and how many times they've swiped left or right on Tinder, how they show up on social media, you know. Before I make any assumptions, let me go in and get some more. But I'm looking at a woman, right, glowing, bright, in the public eye, with her legs spread wide open, yeah? And there's all these men heading towards her. So I could be connecting with someone who has her OnlyFans, someone who poses topless or nude on social media, someone who does lingerie modeling, whatever it is. You show your body, you show your arse, you twerk online, whatever it is, yeah? You're open and comfortable with your body. And as a result, you feel like men often run away because they assume that just because you do what you do, or you have an OnlyFans and you create in the way in which you do content, it makes you a hoe, it makes you a man-eater, it makes you all of these things that you're not, you know? For me, for example, I am very much into nudity. I'm a shaman, right? Ever since I've been a child, from the earliest I can remember at the age of 4, I would come home from school, as soon as I get through the front door, the first thing I say to my mum is, are we done for the day? Is that it, mum? And sometimes she'll say, yeah, that's it, Lou, you're good, get them off. And she'll be like, Louise, no, sorry, 5 o'clock, we just got to pop over there. 5:30, I got a meeting, you got to come. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we got to go somewhere else. And those were the painful days, because those were the days where I had to stay in my clothes, or I knew I was going to have to put on these human garments again. The alien in me's coming out now. But the good old days was I'll come home from school, which was only down the road from my house. I'd be home by 3:45. And immediately I'll walk in and I'd get it all off. Everything I'm wearing, I just want to be naked. I don't want to wear clothes. And I've grown up with that same ideology, and being a shaman and understanding my body and going on a non-binary journey, studying gender and non-binary, was just amazing for me because I could get back to just being naked. As part of that experiment, I'm building Web3 technology told the family this, but they didn't want to listen. And in that same part of the journey, I had to study all platforms from an ethnographic standpoint as much as I was willing to and could, right? So I had loads of different accounts. I had an OnlyFans account as well, connected with loads of OnlyFans chicks out there, right? No guys, unfortunately. But all my, if any of you OnlyFans crew that are connected with from the past, love you guys, right? You really helped me understand your journey and what you were up to over there. And I mean, yeah, it was interesting to just step into that arena. I never posted anything on OnlyFans ever, right? But just me having the account itself and encouraging people to go over to my OnlyFans from Instagram created uproar. The family thought I was selling vagine, and I wasn't. And they asked me, and I told them that you know, the ignorance is there. They wouldn't believe it. And actually, there's loads of people on OnlyFans that do other things other than sell vagina. Yeah. Because I did start trying to do some tarot readings like this over there as well, using my more sexual decks, whereby I could show the images and it wouldn't be blocked like YouTube would give me a strike for it, you know. But I didn't even get too far with that because the trauma of the experience was just too weighty, you know. I couldn't even really do my job and really dig into the research confidently because I was getting such a backlash from the family and stereotypes of what wasn't okay to do online. Little did they know I was fucking in training to be the richest person on the planet. But I mean, hey ho. Hey ho. We only see you as a hoe, you know? So yeah, the connotations and stereotypes around people online and how they show up, it's never who they really are in person. And I mean, some men like to date women that are in the public eye and on social media sexualizing themselves because it really strokes their ego. They get a trophy girlfriend, a trophy wife, whereas others are intimidated by their ideology and then it makes them feel a bit nauseous and sick. And it's like, I don't want a hoe. I don't want someone selling themselves online. I don't want this. I don't want that. And it just stirs up a lot of dark matter in the environment, yeah? So I'm looking at a darker situation of someone could just like literally do bum shots. So like I've got quite a few people that I follow or that follow me, like you'll have a little twerk and you'll just show off your body and your shape. And I love it because it's female empowerment, even men. Yeah, I've got some sexy non-binary twerkers as well. I love you guys. And there's always judgment around what you're doing. And it sucks, doesn't it? Yeah. But that's your liberation. Like, I went into that arena and there's some of my content from maybe last year, maybe this time last year, where I was more body positive, yeah, cycling through the different social media industries, let's call it that, social media circuits, cycles, yeah. So with all of that, you don't have to stay in that vibration, but you're allowed to explore and do different stuff on social media. Just be aware that you're always going to be judged for it, you know? And you've got to wash off the negative judgment of other people because they don't know what you're doing. And yeah, and let me be clear, even if my story's different, right? Because I'm over here screaming, do what you want, but then I'm still in the same breath going, it wasn't me, I didn't post anything, I didn't do anything. If you do want to sell vagina shots, if you do want to do a full-on porn shoot, if you do want to spread your fucking cheeks, shove a carrot in your arsehole, and yeah? And get someone else to lick it live on cam, then you fucking do that, queen. Yeah? If that is your fucking dream, you do it. Yeah? If you want someone to ram their whole foot in your vagina or up your bumhole live on cam for 20 quid a pop, fucking hell, you fucking go for it. And then you send me the link for free, and then I will watch it in my free time and see how I can turn that into anime for my new corporation, Her Porn. Which is in production. Oh, I do too much stuff. It's so petty. But the truth of the matter is, you're allowed. You're allowed. You're allowed. Free of religion and judgment of what is and isn't sin and flesh. You're allowed to be you. I could cry at this because I always go to Cardi B when I feel shit in certain industries. Because all you got to do is think, I knew about Cardi B way before she blew because I used to watch Love and Hip Hop. She used to fuck the producer, like one of these producers who she met at the strip club. He was any basic guy who done one hit wonder with a celebrity and come up off of that. He kept claiming he was going to build her career, build her brand, build her life up. That's the time when she had fucked up teeth. She was trying to get her boobs fixed. She was getting so much negative feedback online. She was constantly worried about having to go back to the strip club. She was probably, like, I think she was stripping initially when she first started, and then transitioned to stopping. And she was getting cheated on, dating a lot of arseholes. And Cardi B is Cardi B now. We know her. Bold, black and yellow. She's a boss bitch. She's made it. She's paved her own way. She's married to Offset. She's got millions and millions, right? But she still comes on camera and she's like, yeah, the strip club made me. The strip club saved me. Because before the strip club, I was broke. Before the strip club, I couldn't put food on the table. Before the strip club, I was homeless on the streets. I had nothing. So I have so much love and respect and admiration for any woman that is willing to sexualize herself, sell herself, have her OnlyFans account, because at the end of the day, no one is you. And no one knows what you've been through or what you go through to put food on the table, feed your kids, feed your fucking self. So if you can't find a partner or a lover who sees that in you and goes, do you know what? I have nothing but admiration and respect for your hustle, because when it came down to it, you used the facilities, the opportunities available to you to create a better life for yourself. Self-made. You're fucking self-made. Yeah? So it's OnlyFans, it's this, it's that. Once again, they can go suck a dick that they're not getting paid for. You're over on OnlyFans sucking dick, racking up coin with every slurp. Let me give you a motherfucking round of applause. Because although I believe in the non-binary, I still haven't got the balls to do that. I still haven't had the balls to go totally nude online, head to toe. And I would love to. But I'm always like any piece of like what I would call exhibitionism is when I do my abstract art and I try and do body positive stuff. I'm always covering my nipples. I'm always covering my vag. And I would love to be able to put content out on a platform where I could just be totally naked and free. And not in a sexualized way as well. Because anything I ever post, I'm not trying to seduce a motherfucker. Moving on. It's not about me. But it's not that I'm trying to seduce anyone. It's like, I just feel sexy. I'm trying to seduce myself. I'm making love to me in the photo. Do you get what I mean? I'm looking in the camera like, oh my gosh, fucking hell, I'm slaying. You know, when you feel sexy and empowered, it oozes out, and then you realize, oh, someone else is going to like that because I like that. Someone else is going to enjoy that content because I enjoyed creating that content. That's my point, yeah? So it's not about sexualizing yourself. It's about doing what you love. So if I'm connecting with anyone who sexualizes themselves online and has OnlyFans, and then you're worried about if anyone is going to be able to value you and love you and just not see you as a sex object and see you as who you really are, then don't worry. You're going to find your way, okay? Because there are real men out there that don't conform to the stereotype and that know a real woman when they see one. And you're sexy and you're beautiful and you own it and you're brave enough to show that in public. And I wish more people would do that. Like, this is my issue with the web right now, right? And a big part of what I'm building over on Her Tech is I feel like I should just be able to open a device and it know me, it know my preferences, it knows my age, so I can go anywhere online, any region at any time and have no restraints. When I'm on YouTube, I don't like the fact that, like, I can't see naked nude stuff. Why can't I see Pornhub on YouTube? Why can't I see why can't I see why can't I see nipples on Instagram? I want nipples on Instagram, please. It's not fair. I want porn on Instagram. I want porn on YouTube. Thank God Elon's letting it fly over there on fucking Twitter. And Reddit, Reddit. Oh, a bit of Reddit. I'm just like, Reddit's amazing. If you go to my link tree, yeah, if you go to Hermatology and you go to the contact me page, you'll see it says view link tree. Click on that and then head over to my Reddit. I've got 2 Reddits. The Demi-Ho Reddit is one of the Reddits I made when I was in my kind of doing the real porn side of the experiment. So really digging into sexualization, women, bodies, and all of that. And there is every porn genre you could imagine over there for you to go and explore and play with and just kind of see what's going on. It's great because Reddit is, from time you're tapped in and registered at the right age, even though they don't ask for ID, which is an issue, which is going to have to be combated real soon, you can go over there and just turn up and look at a range of different stuff. I've got subreddits over there called Hentai Boobies, and I've got a subreddit over there called Metacum. Hentai Boobies is nearly at 2,000. Metacum's got 111 last time I looked. And they're all like anime, digital, hentai style porn. But there's a load of other stuff and a load of other communities I follow. And it's just, sex is a real thing. And let's have fun with it, shall we? Yeah? Let's be confident with ourselves. And let's not judge a woman or a man. Because if you go and look at my Demi-Ho account and see all the porn stuff I've got over there, you see my 2 subreddits, you would think I'm out here fucking every Tom, Dick and Harry. And I didn't lose my virginity until just before my 21st birthday. I have had sex with not a lot of people. I am very, very anxious, let's say that, and wary of who I even get into bed with and get close with. I've never had a one-night stand. I've never had a relationship with or sex with anyone I haven't had a long-term relationship with after that. Every single person I have ever slept with, I have had a relationship with them to some capacity for at least 2 years after that. But if you look at my Reddit, Demi-Ho, you would assume that I'm hoeing all around town. I've also only ever been with men. Men is my preference, but over there in the community I've created, we got some trans accounts, we got chicks with dicks everywhere. I mean, I love it. I love the ideology that the world is made up of difference. And I know that so many guys, like especially super masculine guys, they're like, dicks with chicks. I mean, chicks with dicks. Trans. Gays. This, like, shut up, guys. Like, guys are so like, oh my gosh, I want a threesome, but it has to be chick on chick. How prejudiced. How fucking prejudiced. What about the feminine? What if I want a double dicking? Is that an option, guys? No, how dare you, you're a hoe. 2 men. No, you could never be my woman wanting 2 men in the bedroom. But it's okay for you to repeatedly demand that you want a threesome. I want dicks. Multiple dicks. Is that alright? No, of course not. You're a hoe. You're a hoe, darling. You're a hoe, babe. Get the fuck out of here. I am not dating you again. You had the audacity to tell me that you want multiple dicks. But every other week you're asking for a threesome with another female that you actually know. The irony of it. Once again, that's that stereotypes, those standards. And once again, I'm confident enough to speak about this stuff, but disclaimer, I've never even had a threesome. I'm wild and comfortable to talk about anything, but I'm fucking frigid. Never even had a threesome. Everyone I've ever been with, I've been with in some kind of intimate connection still for at least 2 years after that as well. So imagine. Oh God. I'm disappointed in myself to reveal that. I'm like, oh my God, how sad. That's why I live vicariously through social media. And a lot of us do. So all of you masculine or feminine out there judging us, assuming that we are hoeing all around town just because our name is Demi-Ho, you're wrong. Maybe ask a bit of real question. Try and find out the truth. How about that? Because judgment serves no one. Yeah? Preconceived notions of what the other does or doesn't do based on their social media platform isn't really going to serve anyone in this lifetime, especially moving forward, because I'm telling you all the stuff I want on YouTube and Reddit, like the Reddit Twitter energy. Twitter's scummy, I'm not going to lie with the porn. I don't like the way it filters down because Twitter screams word to me. So to see the random hoary activity, I'm just going to call it that because it feels wrong. On Twitter, it feels wrong because the stuff I do on Twitter is more scholarly, academic, and then I'm here and I'm surfing and I'm writing about physics or philosophy or linking a white paper to the top of the page, and there's this random dick or vagina slapping out at me, and I'm like, whoa, full on nude slapping me in the face. I weren't ready for you. I ain't approved you. Hold on. At least Reddit's got not safe for work, and one of my Reddits is dedicated to porn, so it's okay. But Twitter's got some issues there. But eventually we're just going to open a device, yeah? A drive, how about that? And we're going to be able to just freely surf in a blink of an eye across all of these platforms, pulling out whatever we want when we want to, yeah? All at a click of a button, and that's what's gorgeous. But this is not her tech, so I'm going to shut up and stop talking about my business and Web3 goals and creations. And now I'm going to go in with the archetype deck. We're going to close out because we have been here a while, right? But I had to transmute that energy because I just had to. Right, the Hermit's coming out. Oh, wow, what a lovely way to start this. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to get one more. Oh, wow. Oh, I could cry, guys. Okay, this is such a cool way to end the reading. I feel really, really empowered. Let me get one more card after this, okay? And I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. It's so cool. It feels like the divine is just giving me a personal message while I'm with you, saying that this is super guided for me and my healing and for anyone else engaging. Because the bottom of the deck of the archetype deck, hold on, let me just get the last guardian angels out. And I haven't got romance angels out either. Okay, let me get them all out and we can just channel to the end, yeah? 1, 2. Okay, we're just going to get one more card from the romance angels for the middle. This is really beautiful. Oh, this has really cheered me up. I hope you found something in this, guys, because it's really helped me. Oh, I just didn't want to sit on that energy that I received in those readings. I was so shocked to do those readings, the Leo, Virgo and Capricorn, the heavy energies that came through. I was not expecting it. It really blew me away. I thought, fucking hell. The day before, the readings were so electric. So to just fall straight into a puddle of dark shadow in so many of you guys' love lives, it really took me through a spin. And as I had to read through the cards about what was going on, it made me relive my own trauma with you in the now moment, because that's how I read empathically. So it really brought up some shit in my life that was unresolved and made me realise what was blocking me from love. And I was like, fuck me. What a career choice I've chosen, because now I'm sitting in trauma with Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn and Virgo. And it's like, oh my, this is too much, you know? So I hope we're all finding our way through this, yeah? But the bottom of the deck is the Seeker card. So the divine's saying all of you are seeking something. You've come to me today because you're seeking something. And it says the light side of this, the light attributes to this card is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever you go. You're just seeking the truth. You're just seeking to understand why your relationships do work out, why they don't work out, right? The shadow of this, though, the shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. How fascinating. We're all seeking and longing and desiring more, desiring a lifelong intimate connection, but we're not having the ability to commit to it when we do stumble upon it. For once again, that frightening energy, that fear, that fright versus the allure of it is overwhelming, and the need to be obeyed versus the feelings of being disobeyed bring up all of these control issues, all of this needy energy, codependency, demand, wearing a mask, because the mask that you wear is saying you must obey me, I am strong, I'm powerful. But behind that mask, you're really saying, I'm scared and I'm vulnerable, and I need to feel like you can let me be in control. You can let me be the power player. You can let me be in charge. I need you to let me lead, you know? And in those moments, yeah, in relationships, you've got to understand as well that sometimes the most beautiful dynamics are the ones where I call it like ambidextrous, ambivert, where you can be ambi. You take the lead and you take the reins now. And then when you're weak and weary and you need to flip back to your feminine side, or I'll take the lead. Because you can be the masculine while I need some feminine time. And you can be the feminine while I need some masculine time. Or vice versa, you get what I mean? And once again, that's not gender specific. That's not stereotypes. That's saying you can cry and be an emotional and lean on me. I can run you a bath. I can massage you. I can take the lead sexually. I can cook the dinner. I can give you a massage. I can clean the house. I can care for the kids. You go and do something else. And then the roles reverse. You can go to work, right? You can be the breadwinner this month. I'm struggling financially and I don't think I'm going to have enough. And I don't even want to admit that to you, that I feel that I can't provide for you. As a masculine, there's nothing worse than a fear of not being able to be the provider. So the power in this situation and what commitment really takes is, I don't know if I can provide for us. I don't know if I can provide for you. I don't know if I have enough. And in that same breath where you remove that mask and own that narrative, guess what? The right person's going to say, it's okay. I'll be the provider. But you have to be willing. Because once again, the ego's rife. And the idea of a feminine saying to a masculine who's in ego, I'll provide for us, could be nothing more than a massive slap in the face and a massive insult. But if that is an insult to you, where someone else is coming to you saying, I will be the provider, and you're insulted, then that is insight into your true nature, your true patterns and traits of behavior, things that are blocking you from being prosperous and abundant, your inability to receive in the time of need. It's hard to own and accept. I'm cycling through my own thoughts and visions of the amount of time in my life where I needed help from others and I would never reach out and never ask for help. I've had to learn incredible lessons over the last 2 years. And my best friend, bestie, if you're listening, I always talk about you now, but you really just, being in my life, you helped me in such major ways. And you know, we're such different people. You meet people in your life, right? And they really do help you in major ways and change your life around if you let them. Yeah. And we all need a friend who's willing to rip our walls down and not internally for the feminine, but allow us to let our guard down and let the mask we wear fall away. When you find someone, this is the main thing I can say before we get to start closing out with the last few cards, is when you can find someone who makes you feel safe enough to take that mask off, and not take that mask off for 10 minutes, not take that mask off for 1 day, 2 weeks, but take that mask off and never put it on again. Oh, the rewards of that is profound. Yeah, all my life I've been such a closed off hermit, really reserved, so much judgment and ridicule for my life choices that it's easier to wear a mask and show up in so many different ways. And I'm just grateful that I have a friend who's come into my life, who lives in the States, who I never has actually seen in real life other than FaceTime and Zoom and on the phone, right? But he's provided me with a space to remove my mask and never put it back on again. And that is what we should all be aiming to do, in the relationships we should be aiming to have. Since I started building that healthy relationship with him, and the only reason I probably have that now is because he saw me go through the worst breakdown of my life during the social media experiment I did, and saw my life change drastically, my financial standing and my situation just totally fall to the ground and crumble. Yet he stayed with me there and just kind of held space for me authentically and honestly, and allowed me to be me. He provided me with a space to rise again. And as I began to rise again, I started to meet others again who also could rise with me. So through our initiation in relationship, where we provided each other a space to not wear the mask, I now have met other people who I also don't have to wear a mask with. And now all I crave, all I seek and desire are more relationships where there is no mask. All the time just being me, wild and frivolous, saying all the crazy shit that I think, oh my God, everyone's going to think I'm crazy. Oh my God, all these voices and stupid shit I do because I'm just wild and out there, and I don't do a standard 9 to 5, so I haven't got to be stuck in one industry acting super professional all the time. I can swear, I can bitch, I can make rude, inappropriate jokes. That's because I've been studying entrepreneurship, living and being an entrepreneur for so many years, working across industries, shaping my life so I could be this weird, wacky, exuberant person. Yet there's fear factors within me that are scared to do that, because it is so different. And I'm shocked when I look at my life. I'm like, hold on, wait, Louise, you're free, you know? You're scared that you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't be doing that, or you can't say this, or you can't say that, because no one else does, but they're bound to a specific industry and a specific social standard, a specific ecosystem. You've spent the last 7 years of your life removing yourself from every ecosystem that wasn't uniquely created by you, and all of these aspects of self. So yeah, it's weird, but that's what you've been doing because you wanted the freedom. You can't look at everyone else who's still somewhat encaged in a specific ecosystem that's not of their own making, and then feel guilty for it, or judge yourself for being free. You set yourself free. Allow yourself to be free, guys, you know? So as we dig in, the next card out is the Hermit. Guys, continue to spend time alone, listening to my videos and transmissions. We're at an hour and a half, and half of you are probably sleeping right now. I wish you a beautiful night's sleep. I would like to help you drift off into a beautiful dream state. Yeah? You deserve a beautiful night's sleep. Oh. But with that in mind, pull away and have some in all this video is about thinking, listening, introspection, reflection. I'm saying a lot of different stuff, and all it's meant to do is allow your mind to just cycle through all of the froth and thoughts and feelings and emotions and uncertainties and insecurities that exist there. Bring the unconscious to the conscious. Bring the inner critic out to be aired. Release the trauma, the depression, the stress, the anxiety, the confusion, the neglect. Because sometimes mindfulness and meditation isn't enough, and we haven't got the energy to go there. But it's easier just to listen to someone else rant on about different aspects of life, because in that conversation you can find your path, you can find your light, you can find your perspective in the conversation. Yeah? We've got the Alchemist out. Now, why this is so beautiful, because we've got the Alchemist out, then we've got the Networker out. So a lot of conversation around social media. So funny, I spoke about the OnlyFans and the showing your body, and I thought, oh, I don't want to go too far in on this, because I thought it might just be about me. But I'm definitely connecting with people on social media, building accounts and followings and networking, and being more vulnerable online, you know? And the idea of how you're perceived online versus who you really are, the mask we wear online, which no one's immune from. I mean, I'm an alien over here, not even showing my face anymore, because I thought, fuck the platform. I just want people to listen, you know? So the light side of the Alchemist is transmutation of base motives, and goals into golden wisdom. And the shadow is misuse of power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. It's saying all of you are gifted alchemists. But when you wear the mask, you misuse your power, because you should be turning all of your power into wisdom and knowledge that you share with the world, like I'm sharing through this transmission today with you. If I held this in, it would be a misuse of power, because I would come back, I would do more readings, I would carry on, I would do more work, I'll head over to my other channels, make content, but I'm sitting on all these thoughts and feelings. I'm aware that my collective's struggling. I'm aware that I'm struggling because I've done readings and I've found out my collective's struggling. And that's triggered me in my past experiences. So if I'm triggered and I'm the reader, I must be triggering those I'm reading for. And I have a duty of care to my collective. Do you get what I mean? That's the alchemist. We must transmute the energy to heal. And we can't heal others until we heal ourselves. This is a joint journey, one and the same, guys. So then we move on to the networker, and it talks about enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Today we've spoken a lot about understanding that men can be empathic, and we should be more socially aware about what is acceptable for different genders. So funny this is coming out, right? And then it's about sharing information. You're sitting here with me, opening up your third eye, letting your crown chakra flow all the way over to me in East London. I'm receiving this energy and I'm turning it into word and conveying that message back to you. And the shadow is conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Do you see what I mean here? If I sat on this information once again and I didn't feed it back into the network, then it would be personal gain. I wouldn't be, and it would just create a fear-mongering energy in the Scorpio or the Leo or the Virgo who struggled. So I come back and I convey information, not for me personally, even though I do benefit, yes. I benefit from talking, I benefit from sharing. But I do it because more than that, I hope it benefits us mutually. I hope this is a mutually beneficial conversation for both of us today. And I like to think that although I cannot hear you talking back to me, that you are here, that I am hearing you and you are hearing me. For telepathy is real, you know? And in this moment, in that same breath, I don't want to spread fear or falsehood. I want to know that you are free to live and exist and be in any way in which you feel you should be, right? So the Romance Angels card coming out is you are lovable, you deserve love. What a beautiful energy to tap into. You are lovable, you deserve love. Yeah? So the final card linking this in, which is a summary of everything that we've discussed today, is 7 of 4. This is 7 of Swords, yeah? Which is a heavy vibration. So I want you to listen to this and understand. You've been confused about a situation in your life. And now suddenly, everything is completely clear to you. How beautiful. That's what I came here with the objective to do today. At the start of this, an hour and 38 minutes ago, this is what I intended for you guys and me. So thank you for coming on this journey with me, right? Let's say that again. You've been confused about a situation in your life. And now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you need, okay? So that is what I am prescribing for you guys as well. I told you take that 5 to 7 days of the next week to really just let all these emotions come forward, yeah? Because whether or not I've revealed things to you, my conversation has brought stuff to the conscious, you've revealed things to yourself because you're governing your thought processes, someone else around you, you've had epiphanies, awakenings, whatever it is, It's up now and it's out, and we've brought this heavier vibration to the surface to be looked at. So give yourself those 7 days to heal and receive. Last card, Healer of Action. Listen to this. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. Wow. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. The whole conversation today is about you opening your heart, isn't it? It's about not being confused anymore and going after what you want, because now your heart is open and you understand why it was blocked prior to this. You're being asked to do things. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know you're making a difference. Yeah? Like I said, all the stuff I do in my life. Yeah? Go to my website. Look at all the different creative stuff I've got going on in every single department of the business. Yeah? And a lot of stuff's not even on there. Certain stuff that can't be released or spoken about yet, like the porn stuff's nowhere to be seen yet, because that's not developed yet. But we can do whatever we want, and the thing is, you won't mind as long as you know it's making a difference. I don't mind doing all this different stuff. Free YouTube channels, free Instagrams, free Twitters. That's just the social media side of life. I'm actually running a fucking corporation behind the back of the screen. Yeah? Funding, proposals, white papers, the whole fucking shebang. Building a fucking school as well, a physical, real school at that. And as well as building porn and tech. This stuff doesn't add up. This stuff doesn't seem mutually applicable, compliant. But we create the lives that we want for ourselves, guys. We're not bound to gender or stereotypes of any kind. We are allowed to be free, yeah? This card indicates someone who's loving, that's you, intelligent, that's you, passionate, that's you, and fun, that's you. Remember, these qualities are you. Where is your loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun side gone? And how can we bring it out more and more every day so you don't lose yourself in this world? This person can handle difficult situations with grace. That's you. You can handle any difficult situation with grace because you are loving, intelligent, passionate, fun, and wise. So moving forward, you can achieve anything. Now, there's one card staring at me that's at the bottom of the deck of the Guardian Angels, so I'm going to read it, okay? It's time to clear up your life. Get rid of anything that clutters your space or makes you disorganized. This is the outcome of everything we've discussed today. Over the next 5 to 7 days, the feng shui in your house, you're going to want to sage, you're going to want to open windows and doors, you're going to want to wash your sheets, clean the environment, mop. You need a full-on spring clean, guys. A spiritual clean, a spring clean, new, whatever you can get that's new to bring a new lease to life, change the furniture around. Some of you will do painting, some of you will put up a new shelf, some of you will move your TV around. Do it. You need a new lease of life in your space. People who take from you but don't give back should also be released. Remember, we spoke about the racism at the beginning, that couple, yeah, who was going through that struggle. Don't let them back in your life. You know what they think about your partner, don't you? You know they're ignorant. There's no space for racists. I don't care who it is. Your mum, your dad, your brother and sister, just slowly pull away from them now. Because I'm telling you, you and your partner will have a much better life if you haven't got to worry about racist people in your environment, in your network. Racist family members, no, yuck, go away. I want to raise my child to be strong and resilient. I want to raise my child to not be prejudiced and judgmental. I don't want to create or perpetuate racism in 2023 and 2024. I want healthy ideologies of what it means to be human. what it means to be a humanitarian, what it means to love and care for other people, free from judgment of gender, religion, stereotype, race, ethnicity. None of it matters. If you are a good-hearted, loving being, then that should pave the way for you. And all these judgments and stereotypes, all they do is ruin this world. You or another person involved in this situation is wise, insightful, and caring. This is for anyone in a relationship with another, or has a lover, someone they're in love with, yeah? They are wise, they're insightful, and they're caring. They have a wonderful sense of humour, and they offer a lot of life experience and wisdom that allows you to learn. So lean on the other, lean on your lover, so together you can both nurture and nourish each other moving forward. Because you don't need any outside parties that are going to come in and tear you both down and judge you based on your spiritual views, belief systems, race and religion. You don't need any of that. You need high vibrational love. You need positive energy. You need to commit to those that can commit to you, where you feel safe, where you don't have to wear the mask, because for only then are you free. All these years I've been trying to build this business. All these years I've been trying to create this life, and I've always fallen short, because in every other relationship I've had to wear a mask to a certain degree of it. So I couldn't really flourish and create and exist and just be, because I was too scared. Because I felt like I had to obey, I had to abide, I had to uphold ideologies that weren't even truly who I was. So guys, don't hold on to ideas and stereotypes of what you have to be for others. Just follow and fall in love with the people around you that let you take your mask off and leave it off. Judgment free, yeah? Love and Light Collective. I'll be back soon with more. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this energy with you today, and for us to go on a deep healing journey together. I send you so much love and light. This is such a beautiful healing, releasing moment. Please make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more.